Vydrž, ještě vydrž. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
4, 5.
A uvědomuješ si, že máme digit číslo 111?
111?
111? Jsem se díval. Doufám, že to nebude jako 777.
Jako co?
No, aby jsme se nestratili někde, víš co. By nás pak hledali všichni.
Dobrý den, přátelé, vítejte u 111. digitu. Moje jméno je Petr Mára.
Honza Březina, ahoj.
Ahoj. Ježíš, díky.
Uvědomíš si, že je to první díl, kde nám někdo tleská po 111.
Já jsem z toho v šoku, že jsem zapomněl svoji řeč, kterou jsem si celý týden připravoval.
Tak představ hosta, to je to důležitý dneska.
Toto je Chris Griffiths z Velké Británie ze společnosti Think Busan. A je to náš speciální host, protože se zabývá myšlenkovými mapami, vyvíjí software na myšlenkové mapy iMindMaps a taky má software DropTask, který by nám tyhle dva softwary, tyhle dvě aplikace by nám tady rád ukázal. A my jsme měli možnost před chvílí vidět v jiné části a myslím si, že to bude pro vás velice zajímavý. Ta přednáška bude v angličtině, bude teda cirka 15 minut a následně se samozřejmě objeví na digit.cz. Mimochodem, kdo z vás zná digit, jenom abychom věděli. Dobrý, jsem se měl zeptat v obráceně. Děkujem. Díky moc, že jste přišli a že nás podporujete. Díky.
Jsou tady všichni naši.
Vy jste vlastně všichni, no. Okay, Chris, let's start.
Thanks.
If we can ask you, what is mind map?
What is a mind map? Well, a mind map is a visual representation of the thoughts inside your head. Now, it's a tool that most people see as just a great creativity tool, and it really is a great creativity tool. It gives you far more freedom and flexibility to come up with ideas than traditional note-making. But it's much more than that. You can use mind mapping for so many different tasks, even from setting your own goals, to managing your teams, to better negotiation, to time management. Basically, it's a visual thinking tool for any thinking task.
Maybe I will ask you, because I'm the skeptic one at this session. I announced it before. I'm a to-do list guy.
Yep.
What is the mind different between this visual version and my traditional version with the paper and pen,
okay,
and the simple list?
Well, in fact, when I show you DropTask, I can give you an even stronger example of that. Mm-hmm. But let's just look at lists.
Yes.
Now, lists tend to be linear.
Yeah.
They're sequential. They're one-dimensional. So lists don't give you freedom to go off in lots of directions, whereas a mind map allows you to radiate outwards. It allows you to be very generative in a non-restrictive way. So there's nothing wrong with note-taking in lists, but it just doesn't give you the same freedom, the same flexibility, and it certainly doesn't let you see the whole picture, and that's a key point. If you've got lists and lists and lists of to-dos, you've just got so much information to process, you can't visually see what needs to be done.
So basically, Chris is trying to say that you are not creative.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, that's it. In education, we're taught to write in lists. We're taught to use black and white or blue ink.
Yeah.
So this is how we are taught. But mind mapping is nothing more than just a note-taking tool in a visual format. It's not complex. It's very, very simple. It's just we're not used to it.
Okay.
Great. Let's talk about iMindMap.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I saw software a few weeks ago, And I saw your presentation, and you are using this software for creating maps,
Yes.
but presenting as well.
Absolutely.
And I like the way how it works. So maybe if you can show us a few tips and tricks.
Absolutely.
features.
Well, this map that's on the screen here, this is what I was using in my presentation in the other lecture hall just a few moments ago. Now, mind mapping is a brilliant way to actually come up with a presentation because you're putting down your main thoughts, you're not putting down lots of words which you can forget, you just have key images or single words so that it just sparks what you're going to talk about. So it's really, really great way of presenting. I'll show you an example actually of how it works when I present from it, and then I'll show you how I created it. So this is our presentation mode where we can set up how we want the slides to work. I'll begin the presentation, and then I use the mind map to actually do it. So I don't have to create a mind map about what I'm going to say and then use another tool to present from. So I can come up with my ideas, I can plan my presentation, and I can deliver my presentation all using this one single tool. It makes my life so much easier. And also, I'm less likely to forget what I'm going to say because I'm just putting keywords, key information onto this map. Now, in terms of, well, how did I create the mind map? Well, it's very, very simple. Now, because I work with the inventor of mind mapping, a gentleman called Tony Bazan, I've spent the last decade trying to make iMindMap as compatible with our brain as I possibly can. So I want people to be able to mind map with the most effectiveness. Now, a lot of software tools make you mind map in lists. They're straight lines. Now, the problem with straight lines is they're not stimulating. They're monotonous. They don't spark any creative feeling or input from you. So iMindMap was created to give you the same freedom and flexibility that you would have on paper, but with a computer. So if I want to create a new branch, I can draw my new branch. I can just go from the central dot here, draw a branch, and type my word, and then I have my branch, or I can quickly just type, and a branch will come up. I can move things around here. I can draw box branches just by dragging here. Now, if you notice, the movement is like using pen and paper. You're starting from the end of a branch and you're dragging something out. This is really, really important, and a lot of people use mind mapping software for the wrong reason. What they do is they use it as a brain dumping tool. But the most important part of the process is that you give yourself time to think and you create something that's unique. And our software allows you to do that. It allows you to draw things the way you want them to appear. And keep in mind, the map that you end up with is the visual representation of your thoughts inside your head. It's a very personal representation. You'll also notice that we use a lot of images. Now, images are really important, and the reason images are important is because they help you to remember things. They also stimulate your creative abilities. I mean, just think about the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And it really is. If you put a picture there, you can go off in so many different directions because it's just stimulating a thought. If I put a sentence on there, that dictates the way I'm going to continue to work.
Great. Let me ask a question. How many of you are using mind maps, trying to draw mind maps?
Great.
Okay. Quite a few. 20% probably. Okay. I like to use mind maps the way you said, like creativity tool. Actually, first time I used it, it was just dumping my thoughts, ideas, and thanks to your session, I understand that there's more in it than just that.
Yeah.
But I'm also GTD guy, getting things done, which is more about projects, tasks, and so on. So could you show me the DropTask application?
Absolutely, I'd be delighted. Now, DropTask is something that I dreamt about for just so long. I really struggle with project management tools, and I really struggle with very linear to-do lists. So I wanted something that would be very, very visual so that I could see what needs to be done, and I could collaborate with my team without using emails. So this is what we came up with. This is It's a new product. It was only launched 12 months ago. It's been incredibly successful. It's been featured on CBS News. It's been featured on Lifehacker sites across the world. It's been featured on PC World. The feedback has been really positive, and it's still a very young and developing product. But I'll show you the concept. This is a project. This project is called 10-year business anniversary. It's planning an anniversary launch for a product, and this is shared with a number of different people. You can see the photographs here, and all of these are tasks, and these tasks are in groups. If I wanted to create a new task, I can just drag a task onto here, and I can say, invite Peter. So that task is now there. If I want to make that task assignable to somebody, I can just select a person and say, well, actually, I think I'm going to do that myself. So now everyone in that group that's collaborating on that knows I'm going to be doing it. Now, let me just show you one that's a task that's here. This is in the group which is called people. So this is a group that someone's created looking at who's going to be invited. And we have an invitation task here. And you can see there's lots of different things on it. First of all, you can see there's a whole load of file attachments. And I can see that somebody has added some examples of the types of invitations we could use. Okay, we've got that one, or we've got this green one. In fact, I'm going to decide to go for the red one. So I'm going to look at my subtasks. You'll see all these little sections. These are all the subtasks. I've decided I'm going to go for the red ones, and I'm going to add a comment here. Let's go for red. Now this is so essential because we have this activity feed just on this one task. So I've just commented, let's go for red. What we found in our experience that so many people were communicating with emails, they spend more time searching through old emails to find what people said. It's just a complete waste of time. Now I can just look at the task and I can see what people have said about that actual task. So in fact, I can even request an update from people. So Yogita is the owner of this task. I could say, how is it going? She will automatically get a notification that will pop up in DropTask and say, Chris wants to know how it's going. And she can just respond here. So we've cut down our emails in our organization by over 80% by using this tool. And it's just a beautifully visible tool. So I can create a new group, and we can call this drinks. And I can create new tasks, wine. But you can imagine the tasks can grow very big. So we might want to start filtering things. You can see that some of them are different sizes. So again, if I look at invitations, we can set the priority. We can set the status. We can say whether we want them to really stand out or be really small. That one can go to a very small icon now because it's pretty much there. There's only a few tasks left on it. But if it was really large and there was lots of tasks, we can use filters. So I can say, okay, let's have a look at everything that is assigned to me. Well, luckily, I've only got one thing assigned to me, which is invite Peter, so that's pretty easy for me. But if I was to look at Yogi, who's managing the project, we see that she's got a lot more tasks that are assigned to her. But we can go much deeper than that as well, because we can have a look at any tasks that relate to research, because we can create tags. So right, now we can see that all of these tasks relate to research. Now, for those of you that really do like lists, we have put the list view in.
Oh,
so this is that whole project, but as a list. And in here, you can change priorities around. You can see we've got several that are very high priority. But actually, I want to get the invitations to be the highest priority of all. So I'm going to move that right up to the top. So that moves up to here. So it's just a great visual tool that allows you to see the whole picture, allows you to collaborate without being really complex lists. You can imagine how complex even that small project would look as a number of sequential tasks that need to be done.
Honestly, I was looking years for a tool that allows me to combine GTD and list and mind maps and a visual, seeing all the stuff I have to do, and this is it. This is
fantastic. Thank you.
I love the visual aspect of this solution. Do you like it?
And the other great thing, just so you know, is that if you don't know where to start, you can draw a mind map first in iMindMap, and then you can actually click on branches and just send them to DropTask, and they pop up here in your inbox. Yeah. So you literally can use the mind map for what it's great at, which is saying what needs to be done, and then use DropTask to actually manage what needs to be done. I mean, you'll be able to basically look at a project and go back and see everything that's been done, who's attached what, and it just makes it so much easier.
Great. I really want to thank you for coming here. I know you need a short break before your next session in the main hall, so I want you to have just a few more minutes. And yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Tak co si o tom, Honzo, myslíš?
No, musím říct, že jsem se ujistil v tom, že moje mysl není dostatečně kreativní na myšlenkové mapy.
My to víme.
Což prostě je holý fakt. Ale mám opravdu radost z toho, že DropTask se dá přepnout do podoby seznamu, který mi opravdu vyhovuje. To se mi líbí. A ty bublinky, jak tam tak jako pobíhají, to by mě asi jako znervózňovalo, ale ten seznam je moc pěkný.
A? Upřímně, kdo z vás by preferoval ten vizuální pohled, jenom ať máme zpětnou vazbu? OK. A kdo je old school jako tady můj kamarád Honza? OK, 50/50, takže se budeme hádat dál a dál.
My se nebudeme hádat, my se to budeme přepínat jenom. V každém případě DropTask je moc hezká aplikace. Musím říct, že se mi líbí.